Hey guys, what's up? And today we're going to be building an awesome kicker ramp. So let's get started. Alright, so for this project, we're going to be using these pieces of wood right here. And first, we're going to start by building a curve. So, to build our curve, you're going to start like this, and you're going to want to find a good angle that you want. I'm going to prop this board up with this, but mainly we want to look at this. We want to find a nice curve that will work well with our jump. So I think that this is going to work well, and it's not going to be like this. It's going to be a smooth transition once we cut it out. But first, now we're going to nail these two pieces together once you have found your curve. So keep in mind, you don't want your jump too steep and you don't want it too mellow. Well, sometimes you want it steep and sometimes you want it mellow. It depends on what you're trying to achieve. So now we're going to nail our pieces in. So let's do that. So once you've nailed these together, then you can go and do the other set. So this set has to be opposite. So it has to go more like this, but it also has to match the angle. So make sure you have the right one in the right position and then match the angle with the other boards. So now, once you have your two pieces assembled, now take a string and tie it to something secure on the other end. So now trace the curve that you want onto the boards. It may take a little while to position it. Now once you've drawn your curve, now cut along it and take the outside part off. Alright, so now once you've cut your pieces out, you should have something like this. Now I made one part of my ramp. On this end I made it flat, and then I have this little piece hanging over, which I'll explain what that's for in a moment. And then I have this piece, and on this piece, this part is flat, which is where you'll come onto the ramp. And then I have this piece, which also I'll explain in a moment. Now, right now, this is the beginning of the ramp on this side, but it's gonna pop into the air right now because it sits easier that way. So just know that that's the front. So now, we're going to need 2 more boards. Well, we're gonna need a lot more than 2 more boards, but we're going to need these. And these are needed so that when this goes on, what we're gonna do, it's gonna sit, these are on the opposite, so this goes right here and this goes right here. So when this comes on, it's going to sit right like this against here. So it should look just like, and to measure your board, you should have another piece, which is a piece that we'll need very soon, that should go flat against here and should be just the right height as this part, if it goes flat like that. So once you have your piece that is just the right size as this, that can screw on like that, because this board and this board, it needs to be flush at the end like that. So that should line up, and then it should line up at the end. And if that's all lined up, then you can start attaching this piece to the bottom, and then on the end, you can attach this piece to the bottom. All right, so now you should have one side of the jump. You can see I secured it in one screw here and one screw on the end right here. Then I put 2 screws right here and here to secure that down, and 1 screw securing this to this. So now do exactly what you did here on the other side. So what you should do is just put that one off to the side and just secure this in the same way that you secured the other one. and screw it all together. Alright, so now you should have two pieces like this. And now we need to get our support beams in. So we need to figure out how wide we want this ramp. So get some pieces of wood and screw them into the spots right here. And this is what I did. I put 3 pieces. This one is a little bit shorter so that it can fit in between here, but make sure you slide it up enough so that it can fit underneath these parts. Then this one, put this one about in the middle over here. This one will act as a middle barrier to make sure the whole thing doesn't go like this. And lastly, I put one on the end to help secure it. And also, you're gonna want one like this to just go right here to finish the box. So let's get started on screwing these in. I'm also going to add these pieces right in here for extra decoration. Now we can start laying out the decking. And there it is, the jump is finished. So now we're gonna test our jump. I'm gonna put some blocks here so that to better transition onto it, but I think it'll work. Let's test it. Awesome! I hope you enjoyed this build. Please stay tuned for later videos where we use this ramp at the, well, you'll see. So, thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.